Hi there, Laura here. Today I'm doing makeup playtime. Now, earlier on in the month I did a shop my stash and I chose my BYS Rebel Palette as my palette for the month, and this is what it looks like. And one of the reasons why I wanted to choose a palette in my shop my stash was so that I would get some good use out of it, experiment with all the colours, and encourage me to enjoy what I've got. The idea being thinking that if I did that I'd be less likely to buy other things, but it kind of backfired because I ended up going out to buy something that would help me with this palette. So I ended up buying the Chi Chi Enchanter palette, which looks like this. And the reason why I thought it would help me with this palette was because I really enjoy the greens in here, but they're both matte greens, and I wanted something that was the same tone of green but in a shimmer to help me with those. So I'll see if I can swatch that for you. So that is called Brave in the Rebel palette. So that is like a army sagey green, sort of a grey green, and it's a matte. So in this one here in the Chi Chi palette, I've got one in the same tone but it's a shimmer. So I thought they would go really well together, and that's what I'm going to try and use today. But there was also other ones in here that went well as well. So Modern in the BYS Rebel palette, so it's kind of a bluey green. And then this one here in the Chi Chi palette is a shimmer. So it's this kind of same tone, but in the BYS palette it's a matte, and in the Chi Chi palette it's a shimmer. So I thought they would go really well together. And there were a couple, and there was a purple as well. In the Rebel palette there was this dark purple called Sexy. So that looks like that. And in the Enchanted Chi Chi palette there's this end colour here. The Chi Chi ones don't have any names, so it's the same tone of purple, but one's a shimmer and one is a matte. So I thought that would help me when I was using my Rebel palette. When I was looking for a shimmer in the same tone, I thought the Chi Chi one would be quite useful to use together. So I ended up buying another palette instead of it putting me off buying a palette, but that's fine. So I'm going to have to play with those today. And I also brought a couple of other things which I will show you when I get there. Now the Chi Chi palette just came with these little applicator sponges, which I'm just going to throw away because I never use them. So first of all I'm going to prime my eyes. Actually, first of all I'm going to wash my hands after doing those swatches. Prime my eyes first, and I'm just using my e.l.f. eye primer in sheer. So I've moisturised my face, and I've actually put my primer on. I don't remember what it was called for a second. So I put my primer on, but I haven't put my foundation on or anything. So I'm going to do my eyes first. And I'm also going to be using my Profusion face palette for some just matte brown shades, for some transition shades and things. So I'm going to go in with a fluffy brush. I've just figured out where I got this brush from. It was actually from my Face Profusion palette. So I'm going to, first of all I'm going to set my eye primer, and I'm just going to use my Match Perfection Rimmel face powder in transparent for that. And then I'm going to go in with my Real Techniques Instapop shade brush. That's that one with the slope on it, and it's quite a densely packed brush. And I'm going to go in with just a nice light brown transition colour. This one's called Fawn. And I'm just going to put that in and above my crease. I'm going to go back with my fluffy brush and just buff out the edge. I'm going to go in with another Real Techniques brush, and this is the Instapop crease brush, so it's the same as the other one but it's smaller. And I'm going to go into the Rebel palette and get the Rebel colour, and I'm going to mix that with the mustard yellow, which is the edgy colour. And that'll just give me a lighter orange. And go back in with my fluffy brush and do the edges. And I'll go back in with a little bit of that fawn colour that I used first to just transition that nicely. And this will just add a little bit of warmth to my green look. Now in the Rebel palette I'm going to use Brave, which is this one, this sort of army green here. I've had a bit of trouble figuring out how to use this colour, so that's why I thought getting the other palette would be helpful, getting the Chi Chi palette, because it would help me use this colour, because it's quite a dull kind of green, this one. But I think it's a green that will suit my colouring. So I wanted to use it, but I didn't have very much that I could use it with. So I decided when I saw that palette that it had enough in it, in the Chi Chi palette, to warrant buying it, so that I would use my Rebel palette even more. So I was just using my .XXS Real Techniques brush there, just to do the outer corner. And then I'm going to go into the Chi Chi Enchanter palette and get this colour here. I keep wanting to do this colour because it looks more like it in the pan, but when you put it on that's more of a brown. So it's actually this one here. So I'm going to use the same brush. I've just wiped it off on my little cloth there. I changed my setup yet again, and now I feel like I'm too far away from my mirror. Keep trying to find the best place to put everything for good lighting and things, but also so that things aren't in the way. Don't know whether I'm succeeding yet or not. I'll get there eventually. A flat brush. Let me get this flat brush here. This one's got no name, it's just a flat paddle type brush for packing eyeshadow on. And I'm also going to get this colour here. So it's a lighter green, and see what that looks like. So I'm just using these dry, I haven't wet them. But they're looking pretty good, even though they are dry. They're giving me a good colour payoff. Yeah, I know one of my other Get Ready With Me's, I did a green look as well. But it's spring here now, very early spring, but I'm getting into more greens and golds and things at the moment, so I'm just using what I'm feeling like using. And I might also go into my Rebel palette and get that gold coloured bold. My Rebel palette's looking a bit dusty because I've been using it quite a lot, so I haven't cleaned it off. I've just been enjoying using it. And I did a really nice all orange look the other day, and I mixed bold, the bright, I mixed edgy, the mustard yellow, and the Rebel, the bright orange, and got a really nice variations of orange to do in my eyes, which I was really pleased with. Don't be afraid to mix your colours to get something that you want. Now I'm also going to go back to that Triple S point brush here, and I'm going to go into my Rebel palette, and I think I'm going to take Revolution, which is a grey, it's a dark grey, and it has a slight shimmer to it. I'll just put some on my hand with my brush. So it's got a slight shimmer, not a huge amount of shimmer, because I don't want to go completely black, I decided, and I'm just going to put that on the outer V there, just a little bit. I don't want to cover up all that green, I just want to deepen it up a bit. When I first place this on, I try and keep my eyes open a bit so I can see where I'm putting it. But I also have to relax my eyebrows once I've placed it to make sure it's in the right spot. And I'm just wiping the excess off there so that I can just spread that out a bit without adding too much. And go in with my fluffy brush. So I'm going to go in with a bit more of the Rebel and Edgy mix, which was the orange and the mustard yellow, just on my fluffy brush, just to transition that corner out a bit, and I'm wiping all the excess product off. I quite like that, just that little brightness that the orange gives to the look. And I'm going to get my makeup wipe, which I use to wipe my brush, so I'll try and find a nice clean bit on there. And I'm just going to put a little bit of fallout, nothing too major. Just out the line so it's not too harsh, and then I'm going to put my foundation on. So today I'm going to use, what am I going to use today? I'm going to use my Rimmel Lasting Finish 25-hour with comfort serum, this one here, and I have to mix two colours because I haven't got one that is the right colour, so I mix 100 Ivory and 400 Natural Beige together. So I just put it on the back of my hand, and at the moment, because we're just coming out of winter, so I'm pretty pale, so I do 2 pumps of the lighter colour and 1 pump of the darker colour. Mix that together with my paddle brush on my hand and just go in. Going over with my makeup sponge and smoothing it all out. So this is just my OXX makeup sponge from Kmart. They cost $4 and they're lovely and soft and they seem to wash out reasonably well, and because they're only $4 I can get a few of them in rotation so that they have a good chance to dry out in between washing, which I like. I like my makeup sponges to dry out in between washing them so that they don't grow any mould in the middle of them. Just make sure I've blended all my foundation out properly. Go in with my Age Rewind and from Maybelline and just do my under eyes. I've had a few allergy problems with my eyes just lately, being spring, so I'm putting minimal amounts of product. So I'm not going to powder under my eyes because they're not in a good state for powdering today, so I'm just going to powder the rest of my face. I'm going to use my little puff and use my Rimmel face powder on my T-zone where I lose most of my foundation through the day, and then I'm just going to use my little Thin Lizzy powder brush and do the rest of my face. Today is Sunday, so having makeup playtime, and then I will wash all my brushes and things because I try and do that every Sunday, because I find if I stick to the same day of the week I remember to do it. And it takes a while for them to all dry out, so I try and do it in the morning. So now I'm going to go back into my eyes and do underneath and decide what I want to do. I'm going to go in with some eyeliner. This is an emerald green. I have no idea whether you can get this anymore, so I'm not even going to tell you what it is because it's quite old. I've had it for a while. I'm not sure if it's quite the right shade of green, so I'm going to go in with my LA Colours Jumbo Pencil, and I will tell you the colour if I can find it. Summertime, it's called Summertime, so it looks like this. I'm going to go over the top of it. I might put that in the waterline as well. Go back in with my little lip definer brush, and I'm going to go back into my Chi Chi Enchanter palette, and I'm going to go into this colour first. I'm just going to stamp that on the liner, then I'm going to go into this green colour that I used on the inner part. And I'm going to put that on my waterline. And I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to try what happens when I wet this. I don't actually know. I'm going to go in, back into this one here, and I'm going to put some on my flat petal brush. And I'm going to get my rose water. This is just rose water that you buy at the chemist with some normal water, just to dilute it a bit, and I'm just going to pop that in the middle, see if it makes any difference. Use my fluffy brush. I'm going to use the other side, which is a slightly angled flat brush, and I'm just going to buff that lower lash line out a little bit. And I think I'm going to also go into my BYS Highlighter 2 palette, and I'm going to use Fiji, which is a green highlighter, and a little tiny brush, this little one here, which is a lip line brush. It's got a little wee point on it, hopefully you'll be able to see that. And I'm just going to do my inner corner. And again, I'm just using this dry, I'm not using it wet. So that goes really nicely with the colour of that green, I think. So I'm going to go back into my Profusion face palette, and I'm going to do a bit of bronzer. I'm going to use my Real Techniques multitask face brush. It's got a bit of an angle on it. I'm just going to bronze a little bit. Because I want to go in and use, hang on, find it. In an earlier makeup playtime I tried my Betty Lou Manizer, which is new, which is a kind of a shimmery bronzer. I can open it. Stuck. Oh, that was hard to open. So it's kind of a shimmery bronzer, and last time I used my bronzing brush that I normally use, and it was too densely packed and there was just too much pigment. So I'm going to go in with a fluffier brush. So this is a round powder brush, an Artis professional one. So it's a big fluffy brush, and I'm going to go in and just tap off my brush well. And it works better with a fluffier brush. So sometimes with products you've just got to experiment a bit and find the brush that works, or the method that works for it. And then I'm going to get my green highlighter again, and I'm going to use this e.l.f. bronzing brush, which is a small angle brush, and it's quite fluffy. And I'm going to go in quite lightly. And then I'm going to get my Real Techniques contour brush, and I'm going to go in with Moonstone, which is this white coloured one. And I'm just going to do that on the tops there of my cheeks, just to make it pop a bit. And then I'm going to go back with my bronzer brush and just make sure that's blended out properly. And I want another little fluffy brush, and I'm going back into Moonstone. I'm going to pop a bit here. Oh, I'm going to put it on my finger a little bit. My Cupid's bow. So Moonstone so far is the only highlighter I've found that doesn't look weird on my nose. It seems to look okay on my nose, so I'm going to use that one on my nose. And then I'm going to give my face a spray with my Rimmel Insta Fix and Glow to set down a little powder. Use my sponge just to make sure the colour's all looking good. now I'm going to do my eyebrows, so I'm going to use my LA Girl Shady Slim Brow Pencil in Brunette. And it's just one of those super slim jobbies. Here's my L'Oreal Paris X Fiber False Lash Mascara in the two sides, the one and the two there. Now the other thing that I brought at the same time is also a Chi Chi product, and I've got the Immaculate Ombre Blush Collection. I know I didn't need any more blush, but this was really pretty and I couldn't resist it. When I swatched it on my hand in store, it was really nice. So you've got like a pinky ombre blush here, you can see that, and more apricot one, and then a very light peachy kind. See if you can see that. So this one here was the very peachy one, and then you've got the more apricot-y one, and then the pinky one. And I'm going to try the pinky one today. I could go the peachy with the orange in the eyes, but I've decided to go pink. Not for any particular reason, just because I want to. So there's quite a lot of kick up in the pan. It's pretty. There's a little bit of a glow to it as well. That looks pretty. You can see it. I don't know if I've got the lighting quite right for being able to see blush, but I can never tell. If I turn that down a bit, I don't know whether you'll be able to see it any better. And if I turn it up, or if I open the curtain a bit, I wonder if that makes it worse. And I'm going to do a pink lipstick today. Just for a bit of contrast, and because I'm just playing with my makeup, so it doesn't matter if it doesn't match exactly. So I'm using Juicy Pink Colour Sensational Maybelline for that. The other thing I got, now where did I put that? The other thing I got was a Chi Chi Lip Lights Lip Lacquer called Free Spirit. So it looks like this in the box. So it's a glossy iridescent strobing liquid lip colour enriched with vitamin E. So it looks like this. So I don't know whether you'll be able to see, it's kind of orange and with pink reflex. I'll put it on. Takes a bit of the pink down, and it looks mostly pink reflex, but as you turn, it goes a bit more orangey. I don't know whether you'll be able to see that on camera, but I can see it in real life. And anything sparkly and colour changing like that I'm quite attracted to, so I thought I'd give it a go. And then all I have left to do is to set my face. Does anyone else have these weird baby hairs that just never grow any longer than that, and they just are annoying? So although this is in a NYX Dewy Finish bottle, that's not what is in here. I can't find it is. It's actually the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Natural Finish Setting Spray, but the sprayer on this makes your face really, really wet, and I like the sprayer on this better, so I'd finish this setting spray, so I just put the Wet n Wild one in here, because I feel like you use tons and tons of product, way more product than you need to. So there's my makeup playtime for today. I'll go and get on with the rest of my day, and hope you enjoyed that video, and I'll see you later. Bye everyone.